I can't fly, or mom, something is wrong, or mom, they said I can't go to Thailand and I have to go back to Jensan. Tumawag yung tatay niya at ako din ay walang nare-receive na update kay kuya. Naman sobrang kabado ako. Oh, yan, hello! Mga taga-Agan Land Corporation. Yeah! Ayan guys, bili na kayo guys ng mga bahay namin guys. Magsabi na naman yan sila sa akin, ba madam agent ka na ba? Hindi man, uy grabe na. Pero ayan guys, andito si engineer ng Agan Land. Oh, 'di ba? Bigati na tayo guys. May Philippine Airlines tayo na subscriber, meron pang engineer. Oh, sana all. So ngayon chine-check lang namin yung bahay para makapag-report ako sa kanila kung masaya ba ako. Masaya naman. Pag masaya ako, edi goods. So let's go ikutin na. Ay, salamat. Alright, guys. Maayong buntag. Time check natin ngayon. Grabe, basang-basa na yung kilikili ko. Alas 9 pa lang ng umaga. I can feel it. So, ngayon, time check tayo. Alas 9 ng umaga. At alam ko, marami sa inyo nagtatanong ng update about ano na ang nangyari kay Kuya Kahil. So, ang nangyari is tumawag ang kanyang tatay. Kaya sobrang... tumawag yung tatay niya at ako din ay walang nare-receive na update kay Kuya Kahil. Kaya naman sobrang kabado ako at kinabahan ako at hindi ako mapakali talaga. Ngayon sasabihan ko kayo kung anong nangyari at kwekwentuhan ko kayo para naman malaman ninyo kung bakit kami kinabahan ng tatay niya. And then ang buong kwento on this episode. Pero bago ang lahat, bago tayo magkwento-kwento at magchika-chika at magmarites sa mga buhay natin, andito na naman ako guys sa aking munting tahanan. Dahil nga marami tayong pinapaayos at pinapagawa at marami akong nakita kahapon na kailangang asikasuhin. Kaya binalikan ko today, importante na makita natin, ganun talaga. Makita natin yung mga ganap-ganap para sigurado natin na hindi tayo magkamali sa mga desisyon natin. At kung mali man, pwede pa nating maagapan katulad ng pagpapalagay ng ating grills. Yan yung number 1. Kasi iniisip nyo, madam, may bintana naman. Pero yung bintana po na yan ay natatanggal. Madaling makapasok ang mga magnanakaw dyan. So, kailangan nating ipag-grills talaga para secured. Tubig, kuryente, check. Mga minor problem na lang, and then syempre kailangan nating palagyan ng aircon dahil dito sa Jensan naglalagablab ang apoy, ang init. Mas mainit pa ang Jensan guys sa buhay pag-ibig ko. Yahoo! Wala na tayong magagawa dahil yan ang katotohanan. So kailangan nating harapin with a solution. So ngayon palagyan natin ng aircon kasi kita nyo naman pag walang aircon guys parang feeling ko kinukuha na ako ni Satanas. Ang bait ko naman pero bakit ganun? Parang impyerno yung nararamdaman ko. Anyway, stick with me on this episode para magkaalaman tayo sa ating mga latest kwento-kwento ng aking buhay as single nanay ng 4. Of course, wag niyong kalimutang bisitahin ang aming bagong Facebook page, 4 at ako. See you there you guys and I'll see you on today's episode. Ayan. Ang lights ba ma'am kasali no? Okay. Yes. Go ahead. Okay. Pero ano siya, parang dulong enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, para makatulog silang tarong.
Eh, dulong yan na kininakap.
A few moments later.
Kay dili daw niya ibutang isa ka aircon sa taas sa bintana. Okay lang. So, nasa 1 oras na ako dito. Nag-check, nag-meet ng mga tao. Yung una kong minute ay ang site manager ng Agan Katanggawan para ipakita sa kanya yung mga napansin ko na mga minor lang na mga kailangang bigyan ng atensyon. Once again, ginagawa ko to kasi para maiwasan na tayo yung gumastos kapag pinirmahan na natin yung clearance to occupy. So, very important yan. Sana i-take note nyo ha. O, diba? Wala man akong ma-advise sa inyo about sa buhay pag-ibig dahil yung akin ay napalpak At least dito sa bahay, may advice ako sa inyo, guys. Ang next ko na na-meet ay so kasama ng site engineer ay ang assigned sa tubig. Dahil meron akong napansin na mga konting issue lang about water. Pero iba pa din pag naayos nila kasi katulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo, I'm a single mommy, wala tayong engineer na asawa. Dahil naghiwalay na kami. So kailangan natin ipagawayan sa mga taong knowledgeable. Ikatatlo, nagpalit kami ng mga padlock para siguradong safe at meron na tayong susi. Nag-follow up na rin ako dito sa improvement ng ating grilling sa bintana. Ayan, as you can see. Ang dami nating nagawa, guys. Ikalima, dumaan dito yung engineer ng Agan Katanggawan, Agan Land Corporation para mag-ikot at mag-survey at nag-say hello na rin sa atin. Dahil pinapanood pala tayo ni engineer, nakakahiya naman kay engineer. Oy, pati mga engineer na sobrang busy sa kanilang schedule ay nakukuha pang suportahan yung aking mga kwento-kwento. Ang ika-anim na nangyari ay dumating ang maglalagay ng aircon. So, grabe guys, sa isang oras, sobrang productive ko na. At ang last is dumating ang interior designer ng bahay. Ngayon, baka mabigla kayo, grabe si madam, may interior designer. Number 1, kailangan merong interior designer guys dahil buki talaga ako guys pagdating sa bahay. First time ko na bahay ito, gusto ko naman maayos yung kulay. Hindi yung kulay na para tayong kakain sa Jollibee ba? Kasi pag wala tayong alam sa mga ganyan, mga decoration, mga interior, kung ano yung nakita natin na sale, yun yung binibili natin, tas tambak ng tambak. Ang nangyayari niyan, instead na makatipid tayo, instead na functional yung space natin, mas nagiging magulo at mas nagiging magastos. Kasi pag nakita mo yung binili mo na on sale na sofa at on sale na upuan, ay hindi pala maganda sa space or pangit yung sukat kasi wala ka namang alam, binili mo lang kasi sale, ay ayaw mo nang gamitin. Oh, ngayon nagsayang ka lang ng pera. Other than that, hindi mo alam kung functional ba siya at tama ba siya sa inyong space or child-friendly ba siya. Katulad sa akin, kumuha ako ng expert pagdating sa bahay dahil ang mga anak ko ay maliliit pa, under 4 years old. So, kinonsider ko talaga na ang bahay ko na to ay magiging functional space and child-friendly ang mga furniture, pati ang kanyang mga pintura, pati yung mga fabric sa mga upuan. Kasi maglama-lama tayo guys, mamayang nilagay na upuan. Ang hirap labhan, nag-ihi si Chico, nag-ihi si Mayumi. Tapos yung mga anak ko pa is palakain ng prutas. So lahat yan maiiwasan natin. Maiiwasan natin number 1 yung stress, lalo na ngayon manganganak na ako. Number 2, siguradong lahat ay on point. May sukat, may tamang kulay, may tamang storage, may tamang furniture, may tamang gamit, at na-consider yung klase ng pamilya na meron tayo. O, diba? I-share ko sa inyo ang more details ng interior designer dito sa Jensan dahil nag-canvas ako guys. Ito yung pinakamura. At ang ganda-ganda ng mga gawa nila. Kaya naku, sobrang excited ko talaga ilagay ko. Ito, ayan. Yan ang kanilang Facebook page. Pakibisita na lang ako. At kung gusto nyo rin at gusto nyo silang makausap, ay ilalagay ko ang kanilang contact number down below sa description box. Tingnan nyo dyan sa baba. Ayan. Ilalagay ko dyan ang number ng mismong may-ari at napakabait na interior designer na si Miss Ann na sobrang approachable. Maraming salamat Miss Ann sa pagiging patient mo sa aking bangs. So anyway, yun lang ang nangyari. Nagmerienda na rin ako ng saging dahil nagutom na ako kahit alas 10 pa lang. Ngayon pupunta na ako ng city para mag-start na ng benta-benta ng aking mga new arrival na 18 karat Saudi gold. So tara, samahan nyo ko. Let's go! Gagawin guys ay wifi. Magpalagay tayo ng wifi. So try natin dito sa PLDT kung maglagay sila sa bahay. Let's go. Alright guys, wifi done. Check. Very good. So, mag-lunch muna tayo. So far, so good. Ang dami na nating nagawa. May plema pa. Ang dami na nating nagawa. Let's go. Lunch tayo and then...
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so natapos na ako magbenta-benta. Maraming salamat at naubos ang aking lightweight na mga kwintas. Ayan, thank you po sa lahat ng mga bumili. Lagi po ako magpapasalamat sa inyo, sa pagsuporta ninyo, sa aking mga konting negosyo, live selling, benta-benta. Kung hindi man Bangkok, Thailand. Speaking of Bangkok, Thailand, abangan nyo po yung pagbubukas ng aking tindahan dahil marami po tayong bago at sobrang ganda na mga Bangkok, Thailand fashion straight from the land of smiles. O, diba? Bangkok, Thailand tayo, guys. So anyway, pagbubukas ng Mayumi, i-share ko sa inyo. Maraming salamat sa pagsuporta at sa mga side businesses ko katulad ng lightweight na mga alahas, 18 karat Saudi gold na pwede nyo pong isangla in the future. Wag naman ngayon. Grabe naman bumili kayo, sinangla nyo agad. E di lugi. Antayin nyo muna na tumaas. Ayun. So once again, maraming salamat. And ngayon, ikikwento ko sa inyo kung anong nangyari sa flight ni Kuya Kahil kahapon. Dahil maraming nangyari, hindi ko na i-share sa inyo at gusto kong i-share sa inyo. So bago ko i-share sa inyo yung mga nangyari is, balikan muna natin yung flashback about sa Philippine Airlines. So kung napanood ninyo yung ating live about sa Philippine Airlines na issue at sa DSWD, hindihan sa mga requirements, nagkataon po na ang Philippine Airlines na customer service na tinawagan ko noong December 28, ang sumagot na sumagot na Philippine Airlines staff ay nag-confirm sa akin na walang bayad ang unaccompanied minor fee ng airlines at kinonfirm sa akin na hindi ko na kailangan ang DSWD na permit to travel dahil meron na ngang papers from Philippine Embassy of Bangkok, Thailand na dala si Kuya Kahil. So regardless kung nag-start na ako mag-process ng DSWD dahil kinonfirm na ni Philippine Airlines na iboboard nila or papasakayin nila yung bata dahil enough na yung documents, kinancel ko na yung DSWD processing ng papers. Ngayon ng January 5, lipad ni Kuya Kahil, hindi siya pinayagang mag-board. So denied boarding siya on the day of January 5. Ang reason for that is Philippine Airlines Airport General Santos City is asking for the DSWD document which is permit to travel or ano bang document yung applicable sa bata. They coordinated with the immigration in Manila and even the immigration confirmed na kailangan nila yung paper na yon. So I stood my ground and I really communicated with the Philippine Airlines staff and head na nasa Airport Gensan to tell them na I will refuse to rebook and pay any rebooking fee because according to your customer service ay talagang hindi na kailangan ni Kuya Kahil yon. And why did I listen to them? Dahil alam po ng airlines yung patakaran nila bago nila i-board ang kanilang mga passengers. Lalong-lalo na sa mga special cases katulad ng sa anak ko na minor. So, after nun, na bago kami umalis ng airport on January 5, the Philippine Airlines manager na nasa airport ay nag-confirm na, Ma'am, I already called the Philippine Airlines ticketing office sa Gensan and they will waive the rebooking fee. I told them if you need further investigations, please do so because I have all the informations you need. So, sobrang importante guys na meron tayong lahat ng mga impormasyon. Hindi pwedeng wakal lang tayo ng wakal dahil emotional tayo, dahil galit tayo, dahil ayaw nating magbayad. Hindi pwedeng ganun. Dapat meron kayong backup na mga information na magpapatunay na kayo ay nasa tama. So I told them if you check the conversation from your customer service on December 28 with this minutes of call, ayan kasi meron akong recording, and this is the phone number, hindi ako yung nag-record, sorry, pero may recording ang Philippine Airlines. Ganun po talaga yan. Basta mga customer service, nire-record po yung mga tawag. So, sabi ko sa kanila, you can do your further investigation, pero hindi po ako aalis dito sa airport na to pag hindi nyo sinabi sa akin na i-waive ninyo yung rebooking fee. Kasi the first reaction from Philippine Airlines sa airport is, puntahan ko daw dun sa ticketing office at ako yung magsabi sa kanila, mag-explain sa kanila na ayaw ko magbayad. Ay sabi ko, hindi, oy, dito natin tapusin sa airport yan dahil kayo ang nag-refuse na i-board yung anak ko. So now I already told you everything. I I feel and I do believe na it's your job to communicate to your office or whoever is the manager or supervisor in the ticketing office dito sa General Santos City, what is the situation about. Kasi nandun na kami sa airport sila yung nag-deny ng boarding. So they did confirm, to make the long story short, after few hours of being in the airport noong January 5, ay talaga namang winave nila yung rebooking fee. So I told them, okay, let me go and process the DSWD permit to travel. So na-explain ko na yung DSWD sa inyo sa previous video natin na merong policy ang Pilipinas that minors below 13 are not allowed to travel alone. Okay? Alam natin yan. Pero what we don't know and what we lack is the information na pwedeng mag-travel ang minor alone outside of the Philippines, pero merong special case. Merong special case, katulad ng na-mention ko sa previous video, if yung bata na minor ay merong valid resident visa, immigrant visa, or dependent visa. Okay? Other than that, yung ibang reasons, you can ask DSWD, but yung case ni Kuya Kahil ay na-fall sa ganyang special case. So, I got the document from DSWD. Once again, yung nakuha pong document ay Certificate of Exemption under DSWD with a seal. Alright? Wala po siyang bayad, pero kailangan ko siyang puntahan sa pinakamalaking branch ng DSWD dito sa aming probinsya, which is 2 hours away galing sa bahay. So, I had to travel very early, okay? 2 days before umalis si Kuya Kahil. I was able to get the Certificate of Exemption successfully. Nakuha natin siya. And I did not know yet, guys, kung yung document na yun ay okay, no? Pero I heard from the DSWD office that they did give that once already to a 12-year-old kasi merong visa yung bata. So, I was like, okay, hindi pala first time. So, malaki yung chance na wala ng problema. So, after that, what I did, nung na-secure ko na yung Certificate of Exemption from DSWD, dahil si Kuya Kahil ay merong dependent visa under his dad na nakatira at nagtuturo sa Bangkok, Thailand, at ang sumasagot sa lahat ng gastusin ng aming anak ay siya din, because dependent visa, it's like that, it's a sticker sa passport na kailangang i-renew sa Bangkok, Thailand. So, nung nakuha ko na yon, I went immediately back to the city, General Santos City, at dumiretso na ako sa Philippine Airlines. All this time, by the way, I would like to mention, maraming salamat Philippine Airlines for being so approachable and who communicated with me very well via their social media to find a way to assist me the best way they can. Alright? Dumiretso na ako dun sa opisina nila, but before that, they were already telling me that they can rebook Kahil's ticket depending kung ano yung request ko at kung meron bang vacancy sa seats ng airplane. So, nung sinabi ko na can he fly the next day, kasi that was February 8, January 8 pala, nakakuha ako ng document sa DSWD. I asked them, I already have the DSWD certificate to travel. Can you now schedule the flight the next day, which is January 9? Kasi late na yung bata sa kanyang pag-aaral. Meron na siyang absent, plus training niya sa soccer. When they check, when Philippine Airlines, the one who contacted me, guys, hindi pa ito yung office mismo dito sa Gensan, pero ito yung kanilang parang customer service or mga staff na nag-aasikaso sa mga ganitong cases, yung mga complaint, yung mga complaint ng mga passengers. So anyway, nag-reach out sila na, ma'am, i-reschedule po namin, pero wala po tayong flight available na local for January 9. Pwede po bang January 10? So sabi ko, okay, January 10. Alright, so nabook nila ng January 10. Sabi nila, ma'am, here is the booking. You can now proceed to the ticketing office para ma-print yung ticket and also para mag-submit ako nung kanilang unaccompanied minor form. So, nag-direct na ako after the SWD the same day, guys, January 8. Dumiretso na ako talaga. Pabalik ng General Santos City. Pagpunta ko sa Philippine Airlines office, I asked them na kung nakita ba nila yung rebook ticket. When they opened their system under Kahil's name, nakita nila na everything was already arranged by Philippine Airlines. Ganyan. Ganyan guys, kapag nalaman ng Philippine Airlines na sila talaga yung may mali, they will really take care of you and find way to fix what they have caused. Kasi, before they did that, they asked me for the information kung kailan ako tumawag sa customer service, kung anong number yung tinawagan ko, and anong date, yung phone number, at ang pangalan ng staff. So, I told them I can't remember the name of the staff, but I have a record in my phone. So, sinend ko sa kanila yung screenshot, yung date December 28, nag-usap kami ng 18 minutes, and this is the phone number. So, they told me, ma'am, we will investigate the matter kung mali ba talaga ng Philippine Airlines. Kasi nga, mali yung information. So, ngayon, I think it was 2 days when they got back to me. And then, Philippine Airlines really did a serious investigation, you guys. So, sobrang na-appreciate ko yun kasi it means that they really put time on people's complaint. That we are just not drawing in the rainbow when we go reklamo. O, diba? So, ngayon, after 2 days, nag-message sa akin ng Philippine Airlines. As per our investigation, we found out na sa call ninyo na 18 minutes, na mali talaga yung information na binigay ng Philippine Airlines staff. Mali yung sinabi niya na walang bayad yung minor. May bayad po yung minor, guys, na lilipad, lalo na mga assistants na yan. Merong local fee, merong international fee. Okay? And then, yung sinabi niya na hindi na kailangan ng DSWD, minention talaga ng kanilang staff sa customer service, which was also wrong. So, ang sinabi ng Philippine Airlines sa akin, ang message nila, tinanggal daw nila muna ang yung staff na nakausap ko to train her or him further. Para yung information na sasabihin niya sa mga client na tumatawag sa kanilang customer service support, next time is much clear and much more, tawag nito, tama, clear and right. So, nakita nila dun sa 18 minutes call na yon na I really told them the truth. That I was given the wrong information and I was not assisted the right way. Okay? That's why nag-cause siya ng delay sa pag-aaral ng anak ko, nag-cause ng delay ng waste ng energy, waste ng pera, waste ng oras, plus lahat ng mga delay sa part ng anak ko, pag-aaral niya and training niya. I want to mention this. Philippine Airlines was deeply sorry, and they really tried to ayusin by helping me in any way na needed ko. So, they started with that, rebooking the flight. They also arranged for an accompanied minor service para kay Kahil. And then, the January 10 flight was finally booked. So, nakita ninyo, January 10, was it yesterday? Yes. January 10 yesterday, nag-upload ako ng video na hinatid na natin si Kuya Kahil sa airport. But then, I still had that doubt kung papapalabasin ba siya sa immigration. Kasi, for me, I have a lot of experience with immigration dito sa Pilipinas. And sometimes, kinakabahan ka na meron ka ng documents and everything, pero hindi ka pa rin sure kung pasado na ba doon sa Manila. Sometimes, hindi lang din natin alam yung information. Sometimes, there are other factors as well. So, sabi ko, sana maging okay na to. During the boarding kahapon, everything was smooth. They were really assisting Kahil in everything, and they assisted me as well to make sure na smooth yung check-in ng bata. He was accompanied until nakapasok siya at na-endorse siya sa kanyang flight. So, katulad ng sinabi ko sa kahapon na episode, once there's a minor flying alone, they do give this badge or a paper ID with the name and saying na I am a minor flying alone para malaman at ma-recognize siya ng mga staff. They will endorse the kid first all the time. Okay? Uunahin nilang papasakayin sa eroplano. Why? Because the crew and the stewards of the flight, including the airport, must know na merong minor flying alone on board. Yun po yung reason doon. Now, there are instances na ilalagay nila yung bata sa business class dahil mas madaling ma-monitor yung bata on that side ng plane. Palagi kasi nag-iikot yung mga steward doon, laging merong dinideliver, so they can always make sure na na-check nila yung bata. Alright? Other than that, that's the last thing I heard. So, maya-maya pa guys, after 2 hours, medyo hindi ako naka-receive ng update kay Kuya Kahil. But I thought, okay, sige, di bale, kasi lilipat pa siya ng airport from Terminal 2 to Terminal 1. So sabi ko baka nag-transfer pa ng terminal kaya na-delay. I was really, really anxious about what's happening. So, when my phone rang at narinig ko na, at nakita ko na it was Skype and Kahil was calling me, I was really excited and nervous at the same time kasi hindi ko alam yung sasabihin niya na mama, I can't fly, or mom, something is wrong, or mom, they said I can't go to Thailand and I have to go back to Jensan. Ganun yung nakikita ko, naiisip ko. But then when I spoke to Kahil and I saw him smiling, the first thing he said, Mom, I'm at the airport now, departure area. Then I asked him, which terminal? Terminal 1 or Terminal 2? Bago ang lahat guys, na-briefing ko na si Kuya Kahil ng mga terminal. So it's very important na pag nagbabiyahe tayo, let's find time to talk to our kids. So he said, I am already at Terminal 1, which is the terminal for international flights ng Philippine Airlines. Okay? So ngayon sabi niya, Mom, I'm already at Terminal 1, departure area. Then I asked him, where are you seated right now? Here, I'm seated just beside the desk. Yung desk para mag-check-in, hindi mag-check-in, but the desk to give your passport before you board the plane. So, pinakita niya sa akin, nag-video siya around, pinakita niya kung nasaan siya. I asked him if he feels okay, how does he feel. Sabi niya, I feel full, I ate my Jollibee, kasi di ba nagbaon siya ng Jollibee. So, kinain niya yun sa plane. And then I told him, what did you do during the flight? Then he told me, I followed your instruction that I should take a nap during the flight. And now, I am here, I will play with my tablet or with my toys. So, natutuwa ako kasi alam ni Kahil yung training when it comes to flying. You're not supposed to be on gadget the whole time. You're not supposed to be watching TV the whole time kasi it will make you feel restless, it will make you feel exhausted, and it will make you feel like a zombie. So, talagang sinasabihan ko sila na during the flight, you need sleep. So, natulog siya during the local flight, which was 2 hours. I told him, okay, now you are free to play, but make sure that you're vigilant. Maya-maya pa guys, wala na akong narinig sa kanya. Sabi ko, okay, you can turn off the call na kasi you can call your dad. Pero hindi na siya nakatawag sa daddy niya. I don't know what happened, if he forgot. Hindi ko pa siya nakausap ulit. Hindi ko pa siya na-update. Hindi pa ako nakahingi ng update sa kanya. So, sabi ko, okay, call your dad, turn off this one, and then call your dad. Sabi niya, okay mom, love you and everything. Maya-maya, nag-message ako agad sa daddy niya. Sabi ko, hi, Kahil already landed in Manila. Can you please call him now? Or message him to call you. So, nag-message yung tatay kasi meron kaming group. Nag-message sa kanya pero hindi nakatawag si Kuya Kahil ulit. So, doon ako nakinabahan kasi nag-alas 12 na ng tanghali. Ang dating niya sa Manila is alas 12. Alas 12 na, nag-alauna na, nag-alas 2, nag-alas 3. Alas 3 was the time of the flight, you guys, papunta ng Bangkok, Thailand. And we did not hear anything from him. His dad did not hear anything from him. The flight to Bangkok, Thailand was 3 hours. So talagang kinabahan kami ng bongga doon. Kasi there's no way na wala namang magkukontak kasi sa'yo not unless it's emergency siguro. Pero walang nag-contact ng mga stewards or mga staff ng Philippine Airlines and everything kasi they're not supposed to naman. And Kahil already knows what to do. So nung hindi siya nakapag-contact, I felt really nervous. Nag-alas 4 na, nag-alas 5 na. I was checking his flight the whole time online. If nagland na ba ng Bangkok, Thailand, if nakasakay ba siya ng airplane, kasi his dad was already there 1 hour before the scheduled landing. Maya-maya, nag-usap na kami ng tatay niya, nag-message siya sa group, sabi niya, Kahil, hi mate, I'm already here at the airport, please call dad if you're already landed when you can. Kasi ganun yung sinasabi namin. Hindi namin pinipressure yung bata na call me immediately once you're out of the airplane. Hindi. What we say is, whenever you are comfortable and seated, please call us right away. Di ba bongga guys? Ang hirap maging parents ng English speaking. Guys, akala nyo madali lang. So anyway, yung tatay niya, sabi ko sa tatay niya, please let me know kasi I did not hear anything. So, kinabahan ako ng bongga, guys. Hindi ko na maano kasi alas 6 na. Alas 6 na. Naglapag na sila 30 minutes ago or 1 hour ago. Bakit wala pa akong naririnig? Maya-maya, na-receive ko, guys, ang tawag ng tatay. Nagre-ring-ring yung phone ko. Sabi ko, yung tatay tumatawag. And when I answered the phone call, alam niyo yung feeling na talagang kinakabahan ako kasi hindi nakatawag si Kuya Kahil on that moment. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 4 hours of not hearing anything from him. Kinabahan talaga ako, guys. And then when I opened the call, I saw Kahil's face, smiling and grinning, and he was so happy and he was on the mood and everything. And I was like, ah, you have landed! And his dad was beside him. Alam ng daddy niya na ang priority ni Kahil dapat is to communicate to me and to him. Pero mas priority niya yung nagko-communicate talaga sa akin lagi. And he always tells Kahil to take care of your mom when you're with him. Diba? Sabi kayo, kahit single tayo, may mga ganyan pa advice. Okay? So ngayon, sabi niya, Mom, I'm already here with Dad. Sabi ko, kamusta? Kamusta yung flight mo? Sabi niya, it was so good. Hindi ko alam kung sabi niya, seryoso ba siya sa sinabi niya na I sat down on the business class something. Pero tanungin ko siya ulit pag nagkausap kami. So sabi niya, Mom, I was so happy. I had a very smooth flight and they gave me lots of food. They gave me food and I played with my tablet and I watched some movies and then I'm full but now I'm hungry. Sabi niya. So, yung tatay niya tumatawa. So, sabi ko sa kanya, how come you were not able to communicate? We were waiting for you for quite some time. And then sabi niya, because I did not get the time. The comfortable time. Okay, that's our instruction anyway. So, sabi ko, that's good. That's good. That's okay. And then sabi ni Kahil, I even surprised Dad. He did not know that I was behind him. Dramatic yung anak ko, guys. Parang nanay lang. Sabi ko sa inyo. Ngayon, maya-maya, sabi ko, okay, I'm happy you called. And I am glad you're with your dad. I'm sure he missed you very much. You can turn off this call now because this is just what I wanted to hear. Now you can spend time with your dad. So, ganun yung sinabi ko. Sabi niya, alright, Mom, I'll talk to you later. Love you. Ganon. Maya-maya, sabi ko sa tatay, nag-message ako sa tatay. Alam niyo yung tatay niya, supportive. Nakita niya kasi yung effort ko din as a mom. Sana all nakita yung effort ko. Sana all na-appreciate tayo. So, wag na kayong magsingit, guys, ng mga extra-extra, magbalikan. Kaya walang mga ganyan. We are at peace already. We are just co-parenting for our beautiful, wonderful son, Kahil. So, I am grateful. I am grateful to God. I'm grateful to Allah for giving me a father of Kahil na ganyan, na nag-co-parent. It was never hard to talk to him anything about Kahil, especially yung mga basic finances. Ngayon, sabi ko sa kanya, nag-message ako, can you please take a video of Kahil? How does he feel on the second solo flight? Because I really wanted to hear how he thinks, how he thought of the flight. And then sabi ko na, please get a video of him. I just wanna hear. So, ang bait nung tatay, guys. Actually, ilang beses na ako nag-request about mga ganito, and he's really doing it. May mga ibang lalaki kasi noon na, samok. May mga ganyan na mga lalaki ba? Pero yung tatay ni Kahil, at least, sa mga simple request ko na to, he is giving it. So, I really appreciate that. He took a video of Kahil when he landed, when he saw him, and asked him the question, how was your second solo flight? So, isa-send ko, i-share ko dito, guys, right after this clip na ang ingay-ingay ko sa part na to. Pero I just wanted you to understand because I know one parent or two will learn a lot from this experience from my own experience. And I hope na matulungan kayo ng video na to on your further, on your further plans. Kunyari, meron kayong plano na paliparin yung anak nyo na minor, or meron kayong plano na mag-co-parenting, at least meron kayong idea here and there. Right? So, once again, i-share ko yung video clip ni Kahil right after this, and you will really hear from him how he thought of the flight.
Okay, Kahil has arrived. Tell us about your second flight, flying by yourself for the second time. Alone.
I kind of enjoyed it because I went to business class too.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, and how was the entire flight?
It was good. I was entertained with the book and also also my iPad, and then also I played with my Beyblade, and then after that had a nice meal.
Was it easy to fly by yourself?
Yeah, because I've done it
Which one was easier, the first flight or the second flight?
second flight.
So third time you fly again by yourself, no assistance? Yeah, maybe. Okay, say bye. Love you,
Bye.
mommy.
Love you, Mom.
Alright! So, yun lang guys. Narinig niyo naman yung sinabi ni Kuya Kahil. I'm very proud. So, ngayon, since dumating siya kahapon, hindi na ako nakarinig ng update pa kasi the dad told me he was not able to call me back because they went shopping immediately. Dahil wala na si Kahil ng mga personal things niya. Shampoo, conditioner, deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste kasi mga luma na hindi ko na pinadala. Then, yung kanyang slippers ay maliit na at ang kanyang shoes, so shinaping na siya ng kanyang tatay. Masaya ako kasi the dad is spending for Kahil as much as he is spending for himself. So, sa tatay ni Kahil naman, he is really doing his best and I really, really appreciate that. And sabi ko sa kanya, patawagin niya na lang si Kahil today after school. Kasi right away today, guys, Kahil already attended his class. And he will have his training right away in school and outside over the weekends. So, yun lang guys. Maraming salamat. Ang taas ng kwento ko sa inyo. Pero sana masaya din kayo. Alam ko marami sa inyo ang umiyak sa ating last episode. Maraming salamat. Sana naintindihan nyo po yung storya ng aming buhay sa isang another kwento naman na ito sa flight ni Kuya Kahil. I feel at peace. I feel happy. I feel satisfied. I don't regret anything. But I do learn na kapag ka nasa tama ka, you can really fight for it. Okay? Fight when you have the right. Pang tagline yun Pang slogan, parang tatakbo ng mayor So, maraming salamat ulit. At sa mga hindi pa sa inyo nakapag-subscribe, baka napansin nyo, hindi pa kayo nakapag-subscribe, pakisilip muna guys, please. Alam ko marami sa inyo nanonood, hindi pa nakapag-subscribe. Please get the time to press like, subscribe, at ang bell button na rin. Ayan. Para naman lagi kayong updated sa aming mga kwento. Maraming salamat once again, you guys. Much love from the Yigas and much love, of course, most especially from Kuya Kahil na patuloy ninyong minamahal at patuloy ninyong sinusuportahan. Ayun. Bye guys. See you on the next episode.